Good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
Monique.
Good afternoon, Emeka.
It is really good to have you. Now, tell us your full name first.
So my name is Monique Jeremiah.
Monique Jeremiah. Very cool name. We met a little while ago. I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, yeah.
Been loosely following your journey and your story. You've been doing some pretty amazing things. Things I don't have a heart to do. like literally, sounds like a lot of effort.
A lot of it, yep.
You make it work. So that's cool. But I am curious about something. You have a different hairstyle today. Something's different. Maybe we'll show the picture of what you normally look like. Because that's not what you normally look like. So
No, this is my new look, Emeka, which was not planned.
honestly. A not planned new look.
Not
Love
planned.
it. Tell me more.
I haven't been to the hairdresser either, by the way.
The self-styling? Love it.
You could say forced styling.
Forced.
Without
Tell
a hairdresser.
Tell me, do we want to uncover what's happening right now? Why is it forced?
Well, actually, what I'll do is I'll save it to the end.
Okay.
Because I think you and the audience will be shocked to know where my long dreads have gone. Because
Yeah.
I'm known for the luscious locks, the hair extensions that everyone
and
knows.
the height. You're also known for the height and the luscious looks of the hair.
And the houndstooth.
Yeah. But seriously, for somebody that does what you do, which is what I want to ask next, tell us about what you do and how you do it and why you do it.
Absolutely. So I'm the founder of Diversity Models Modelling Agency.
Very cool.
So we are an NDIS registered provider.
Very cool.
We are the first in the country that specialise in casting and recruiting people with disabilities for modelling employment. So
might I say maybe even the only?
We're actually the only. We are the only, and we plan to lead the pack in Australia by breaking the rules and giving people with disabilities an opportunity to be well paid in open employment as a model with a disability. And disability is, physical disabilities and also hidden disabilities.
Yeah.
We don't discriminate.
Very cool. I mean, that's an important, you just chuck that in there. We don't discriminate. So I'm going to unlock that in a minute. Yeah. But actually, I invited you to the podcast, to the first Emeka Conversations. I should have said that at the start. This is Emeka Conversations. And the aim of this podcast is to actually open up talking about some of the real issues that we have in our communities, in our society, in politics, in business. And the entire aim here for me is the sustainability of humanity. And there's a lot of factors that play into that, like the basic thing of we have to be kind to each other, basically be nice human beings to each other, because life is short.
Absolutely. And I think you touched on a very good point there. One of the reasons I started Diversity Models was to be kinder to the disability sector and people with disabilities. Yeah. Because, from my experience working as a commercial model, so modelling was first a hobby and then it became my passion and then became my job and then became a company. Yeah. But, people with disabilities, once upon a time, were never accepted as models. Yeah. No one wanted to give them a chance because of the complexity of, the mental conditions, the physical conditions, the psychological, the emotional, the social issues, the list goes on.
Yeah, so a whole lot.
It's a very special modelling agency, but it's dedicated.
And it's in a very politically correct world, it's really challenging. And I have to say, I genuinely do admire what you do, because it'll be very challenging to, walk through how to deal with a person with a disability, like you mentioned, the physical, the mental components, politically correct, right? Yeah. Like how do you work with them to get the best out of them, to get all these different things? Like, for example, I'm just guessing, you have to do makeup on somebody that has a physical disability, right? And you have to make them look pretty.
Absolutely.
To model. And maybe that is a natural struggle for them. And this is why nobody else wants to touch it, by the way, because it's
correct.
It's a very difficult thing to achieve.
Yeah, it's a can of worms when you invite someone to our agency. Yeah. You take them on board. You have to accept them as they are. Yes. Because we're an agency. Yes, we operate in the mainstream modelling world, but we are a care-based modelling agency. To do that, one, as the director and the founder, I have to be extremely compassionate. Yes. Extremely open-minded, empathetic, patient and also not have the cattiness of the modelling industry come anywhere near in our models. And then our team, our creatives, so our hair and makeup artists, our photographers, our studios, they all have to be on board as well with the care for people and not just, utilise a model for just being a model. We've got to nurture people when they come on board, hand hold them at shoots, take the time to prepare them for shoots with the hair and makeup, as you mentioned, and be understanding that before they came to our agency, there was the very high chance that they were rejected by other agencies. And this is a common case of pretty much every model that joins us. But we accept them because we are a real agency and we don't hold anything against them. We want them to be themselves and to be confident. And the clients that book our models, they are from the healthcare sector, the government agencies, lifestyle companies, anyone that wants to portray diversity and inclusion in a really wholesome and real manner. And maybe I should even do just a random impromptu ad for you there, because if you don't want a generic photo on your website, all your disability providers, because you all do it, I see it, we all use the same black guy with the same. And I can say black guy, okay? So if you think it's racist, I don't really give a damn. But anyway, the same black guy with the same lady, and they both are looking at each other. I'm not really sure. I can't picture it right now. But we're all using the same photo. So if you want genuine, real models to be on your website, to have a point of difference, this is your lady to contact. Right? Because I genuinely think that they should be using you as well. We replace the non-stock imagery. We allow companies to put their businesses, their teams, their uniforms right next to our models. Our models have disabilities, physical and hidden disabilities. But you can also borrow part of our non-disability team as well to be part of your shoot too, because we want to make something that's, really wholesome, authentic, not just bought off the shelf, and used, a million times over.
By every second provider.
Every second provider. You see it, you see Down syndrome, the same face on every poster going around all around Australia. So we're not only giving people with disabilities a chance to be a model and be paid in open employment and not paid ADE rates, which is $3 to $6 an hour.
So isn't that a fun fact? So you don't pay the ADE rates?
We don't even come closer. In fact,
what, Monique?
Can you believe
I shall throw some stones at you for this outrageous thing you just exploded in this interview.
Well, exactly.
How dare you not pay the standard disability? Anyway, moving on. Continue speaking, please.
But it's true.
I'm shocked.
But I'm passionate. See, my background prior to starting Diversity Models is I have been in recruitment for the last 13 years. And I also come from the education background. So I understand what is fair pay. And, I can tell you that our models are paid well above the award wage.
That's crazy.
They are paid above what I was ever paid as a teacher. And they are paid to smile and be themselves. And I don't want to say the figure, but it's very good. Obviously as a business, we will bill our models out at a set price, which is, again, it's very, very affordable for providers especially to pay per model. And then we pay our models a portion of that, which is still well above ADE. And I can tell you a lot of models that came to our agency previously were working in warehouses, stocking, shelves, putting packets together. Getting paid
at ADE rates, by the way.
ADE rates, which is what I've heard, $3 to $6 per hour. Nothing.
It's rubbish.
Take home $200 a week, maybe. Our models will get $200 for 2 hours.
Wow.
As a hint, to give you a hint of a minimum.
Jeez.
But our models get paid for either half days or they do full days. Plus they're paid $100 an hour extra for any extra work they do on top.
That's crazy.
Which is very good.
Good. I have to say, being somebody who was recently invited to be in a movie, can't say which one.
Beautiful.
They wanted me for my talents.
The token black guy.
It was literally that. They just wanted the token black guy in it. So anyway, being somebody who just did that recently, those rates that you just mentioned are actually higher than the rates I was paid.
I bet they were.
And I'm a fine looking man.
You are. You're very handsome, Emeka.
Thank you.
Would you like to
my
join
wife
me?
shouldn't hear. No, can't model. I can't do that. Besides, I'm not cool enough for that. But seriously, that is actually just insane because, you know, we're going to dive shortly into some of the madness that led me to invite you on the podcast.
Yes.
But for a lot of the rhetoric out there that sort of makes this large assumption that Monique, you know, does dirty by these folks that she hires and pays them nothing. Well, that's a giant claim for you when you have no freaking clue what she pays, do you?
Exactly. And in fact, the only people who will know our rates are the ones that we actually join and book for modelling gigs.
Yeah.
And, you know, as you said, you know, I've been thrown under the bus very recently by a model who alleged that, you know, she was not being paid or underpaid. She never even got a gig with us because we terminated her just over 1 month of being with our agency.
I mean, she's right though. She was underpaid.
Well, she didn't get a job.
$0.
$0. Because, you know,
I'm not mocking her either. I'm spitting facts.
Spitting facts, yeah. You know, it was a very ignorant comment to make considering she wasn't bookable. And if you saw the video of when this particular individual joined, I mean, if you look at her and then you look at our actual disability models, I think you can kind of tell if marketable.
Pause. We're going to come back to that in a minute and we're going to frame that up properly.
Yeah.
But I think I do want to make one more comment, and it's around the fact that it is a really big thing to run a business in Australia.
Yes.
And it's not easy.
And especially in this NDIS sector. Yes.
In fact, the episode that we released today, which by the time people are watching this, it would already be out. I do like a very, very painful 1 hour, which actually had to be cut back, deep dive into how difficult it is to be an NDIS provider. Now, I will give Dubai a free ad because you know what? I'm at that stage in life. I'm giving everybody a free ad. And if they pick it up and it works out well for them, they can all pay me for the free ad that I've given them. So I heard that they're starting a disability sector there.
Yes, I heard that rumor too.
Right? So
not a bad idea.
Here's my pitch to Dubai. Do it. Just the Australian model is literally what not to do. Not dissing it. I'm just calling it for how I see it. And if you're curious, go watch the episode that at the end it will be here somewhere saying watch now. I don't know. Probably here. We'll put it there. Anyway.
But look, I love the NDIS scheme. I think it's a wonderful opportunity that the Australian government has given.
It was a great idea.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, what other country in the world has the NDIS? And
certainly not where I'm from. Just putting it out there.
Correct. And same with my family background too. There's not an opportunity. If you have a disability, that's it. Tough luck. That's how they roll. But Australians need to understand that, yes, it's funded by taxpayers' money.
Yes.
But it is such a lucky scheme to have when you can't help yourself.
It's one of the largest in the budget. Correct.
How many billion is it? Do you remember?
Well, it's actually, I did a whole episode on this.
Oh, okay.
Right? So I know it off by heart.
Yeah.
The fun fact, Medicare, that covers 27.5 million people for their healthcare, both for your general practitioner visits, your hospital visits, like your ambulance needs, all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
That's like 48.5 million, sorry. And then NDIS, which covers 740,000 people. Do you want to guess how much?
I don't know, Emeka. I think you need
this
to
financial year?
No idea.
52.3 billion.
There you go.
For like a fraction of the amount of people.
Incredible. And how many of these providers that are in the system and how many are registered providers? I mean, Diversity Models is a registered provider. We went through the whole gauntlet of, going through compliance.
I know what you're talking about. It's actually really simple. Actually, what you do is you ring up the NDIA office and you say, hey, man, I'd like a registration. And they go, cool, we've sent it in your mail.
You got mail.
You got mail. And it's your registration. No. It's like one of the most complex.
Hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Right.
Like, I've been in business, Emeka, since I was 21. So I'm not new to the world of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, the last 3 years of starting Diversity Models and then entering the disability sector and becoming, the number one and only modelling agency in Australia, going through compliance was a nightmare. I wanted to give up, but I thought, no, if I'm going to go in and start Diversity Models and specialise in disabilities, we're going all the way.
Do it well.
Do it well and be the best.
Yeah. And people don't appreciate that at all, which kind of sucks. But I was saying before, right? It's very difficult to run a business in Australia, full stop.
Yes.
You said, especially in this industry, I fully agree. And like I said, go watch the other episode and you'll understand why NDIS is so difficult. But then to one of the biggest challenges in running businesses in this industry is getting your entire team on board with the heart and culture of what you as the director wish to serve people with.
Yes.
Because the reality is that, there's a lot of different people coming into the industry, some with very good intent, others with not. There's a lot of other different types of businesses you could run, but this is one of the areas, industries, business type that really requires a level of delicate care.
Yes.
Fine touch, humanity embedded into it.
And genuine passion too. It really has to come from a deep place.
So to find a series of humans to work with you to achieve that goal, that's very difficult. And I say that to say, you did mention before how, it was really challenging, but you've managed to pull together a group of people, your team, that do this work with you. And I appreciate that fact.
Thank you. I'm so lucky, I feel, as a founder to find creatives who have the same values, the same drive, the same heart.
Same motivation,
who stand by me through everything. And then to find people with disabilities who also join our values, because our people with disabilities are part of our team. They will be employed in modelling gigs for our clients in the healthcare sector. But to find each other is a wonderful thing, and I'm very grateful.
And to treat them like that. To treat them in a way that they come into what you have built and what you've created, and they feel welcome, they feel a part of it, they feel like it's...
Their place of belonging.
Correct.
Because one of the common aspects which I have heard so many times when we have new models is that they've all gone through bullying. Prior to entering the modelling industry, prior to meeting me. And so...
Because it's a rough gig, modelling.
Modeling's...
Jeez.
Yeah, but even in society, being a person with disabilities, there's a lot of bullying that goes on, or judgment, prejudice. So a lot of them, have needed something that builds their self-esteem, builds their confidence, gives them a sense of purpose instead of just staying at home and just going through the typical clinical cares that they may have. So we've created a culture where people are allowed to be themselves. They are encouraged to refer people close to them to us as well. That's how we get a lot of business, is through word of mouth. I mean, sure, you would see us on social media all the time. I hammer the marketing. Hammer the PR. That's what I do best. A marketing machine.
I can tell. I see the shots, the videos all the time. I see your pictures. You do. I my favorite jokes. A great job. Actually, you do it quite well. Okay, so I want to start kind of edging into how you ended up in on this chair. Why I invited you to this podcast as actually the first guest of Emeka Conversations.
Thank you.
Which is very cool. But before that, I actually want to ask a question. It's pretty obvious for me because I'm black. So it's like, if you haven't noticed, I'm not from Australia originally. I got here when I was 15. You, on the other hand, maybe a bit difficult to tell that you're not from here.
I'm ethnically ambiguous. It's the political term which in the world of modelling and casting that they use. But you can hear my accent is Aussie as can be.
100%. That's what I'm like. Can you elaborate for the audience where you are from?
Absolutely.
Because I think it's an important part of the story and what we're about to go into next.
100%. So I'm actually born in Canberra, right next to Parliament House. Which is actually where our country is led. You know? My cultural background is Portuguese, Malaysian.
Wow.
So I am classed as Eurasian, European Asian. So you get the passionate, fiery side. It doesn't back down.
Hence all the fights online. Cool, we'll get to that.
And also you get the very studious, hardworking Asian side of me. So I get asked that question all the time. I get asked, how old am I? Because people can't quite work it out. Because if you're half Asian, you look about probably 10 years younger than you really are.
Like literally always. I don't think there's no in between for Asians. They're like fine looking, young, and then they're old.
With the grey hair and you're on your way to heaven. So,
like literally the next day because you're now 104.
Exactly. So I'm very used to being a diverse model. And in my younger days, in my 20s, I struggled to break into the industry because it wasn't accepted to be different.
Yeah.
Not only multiculturally different, but to be short, to be 5'1", to be curvy, because I'm not skinny as can be. I enjoy my
not
steaks.
Not the typical model that we see sometimes.
Correct.
Yeah, often.
I eat food.
Yeah. Real food.
Real food.
And you don't try to spew it out again.
No fingers down the throat.
I'm seriously not mocking anyone on the other side of the table. I'm just saying.
We're just being real.
Be healthy.
Yeah, be healthy.
Be real. Anyway, authentic. Go ahead.
Authentic. I'm curvy, and I'm classed as a mature age model now at my age, because I'm now 39, so I'm about to hit 40. But I'm trying to keep as young as I can look.
Might I say you do not look 40?
Oh, thank you.
Or 39?
That's because I don't smoke, no drinking, no drugs, nothing. I just swim, dance, walk, and
well done. You look about 38, so that's fine. Kidding.
Be more generous to me.
No, seriously. It makes sense. Yeah. Portuguese Malaysian. That's what you said. So I literally was like, when I first met you, I was like, there is a genuine thought that went into my head. That 21-year-old is carrying herself around. Like she's some kind of a boss.
And she is.
And she should calm down.
So the first impression. But that's good. I'm happy to hear that.
I love it. But only like genuinely in a slightly derogatory way. Like you're 21. Yeah. Why do you have so much confidence?
Exactly.
Turns out you're not.
Yeah.
But
I've always been like this. Even when I was 21, I remember walking into rooms of men in business suits in their 50s looking down on me, and I just smiled at them. And
that's really easy.
Exactly.
Given the height.
Yeah,
sorry.
True.
I am terrible. Anyway.
Lucky I got thick skin.
Yeah. The people on the outside, they built this up for you.
Oh, yeah.
For me, actually,
Tell you what, after what I've been through in the last couple of weeks, I feel like I should run for Australian politics. Because
I think you should.
Because my skin is getting thicker and thicker.
Super thick.
Yeah, I ran for Gold Coast City Council elections last year.
Yeah.
Cleaned up 35% of votes. That was a surprise.
Wow.
No political history, but
did you advertise for that?
I ran a rapid 1 month campaign.
Yeah.
Last minute.
Very good. The rest of your, your contenders ran, I don't know, 6, 7, months. 8 months worth of campaigning.
Yeah, and here I was, that little girl that just walked in there and just.
Yeah, cool. Have you ever been in the council before? Like, have you ever had a job in the council?
I have zero political knowledge, zero training.
Maybe after this podcast, you should try again.
Yeah. Well,
you know what? Screw it. Go for state.
Thinking, it's the thought and process, but I feel tougher now because of the last couple of weeks.
Ready for that.
Well, I think if I can win now, I can win.
You know what? If the Most High, the one who creates all things and enables people to do things, I think was saying, wait. That's why you didn't win the last time.
Yeah, true.
Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
We got to thicken up your skin a little bit more.
Just that little bit more, yeah. Because 1 month battle wasn't enough.
Yeah, but you know what? It comes at a cost. So let's start diving into that, right? Okay.
Yeah, of course.
I invited you because some crazy things happen.
Yes.
So I don't know, what was it? Maybe a month ago, some stuff went on and I long story, but it's already out. There's many videos, content about it. So I'm not going to dive deep into that. But anyway, after all that saga, actually, something is quite common between what's then gone on for you and what's gone on for me, or what did go on for me. But literally after that saga, literally within a week after that, I saw Monique Jeremiah
in the spotlight.
Yeah, she has done something, and it was really interesting because So I want you to kind of tell us the story of how it got where it got. But I'll say what I witnessed from the outside. It started with the first thing I saw was ACA, so a current affair.
Well, even wind back. Are You OK Day.
Oh, yeah.
So I was ambushed on September 11th. Now, isn't that the day when the Twin Towers went down?
Oh, my God, yeah.
Same day. Well, that's when my towers of Diversity Models and Diversity Models Academy went down.
So the day crazy things happen.
Crazy things happen.
Okay.
And I was ambushed on my way to going to a speaking gig. Because I was going to a gig to inspire NDIS providers.
Oh, very cool.
And tell them about what we do and why we are the game-changing modelling agency.
Yeah.
But out of nowhere, carrying my sign, proudly excited, turned to hell. And 3 photographers and videographers came out of nowhere. A reporter jumped on me.
Yeah.
And the allegation started. And that was the start of it. And, Emeka, being a founder and being like you, someone who's been in business, we don't run away.
No. You stand there in the fight. You look it in the eye and you say,
"Yep, straight down the barrel."
Yeah,
and
let's make this happen.
We've got a backbone.
Yeah,
and I did, and I didn't run. And for about, I think it was half an hour or so, they just gave it to me.
Yeah,
all kinds of things coming left, right, and centre.
Jeez.
And I just stood my ground and said, "No, I'm proud to be the fan of diversity models.
Yeah,
and we will always be the first and number one agency for people with disabilities."
Yeah,
and I didn't back.
Okay, so firstly, it would have been pretty crazy. Like you are heading to this gig, pretty excited. You've prepped.
Yeah, prepped.
Looking forward to speaking, inspiring people, and then you see some cameras jump out.
Yeah.
The first thing I think you're probably thinking is, oh my God, what's going on? This is probably a really cool PR opportunity.
Correct.
You think...
Because I'm in the media.
Right?
All the time.
Yes. Except it's actually quite the opposite. It's a really uncool PR nightmare.
Pretty much.
Now, I didn't get that level of kind of excitement, let's call it that, because I like to reposition everything negative for good. I had Julie Cross.
Oh.
Yeah, she jumped out at me.
Juno.
Yeah.
You had the same thing.
Well, not literally. She might say, I didn't do that. No, she didn't do it literally. She reached out to me on LinkedIn, I think it was, and said, I've been told some things about you, man. We're going to talk. And at first I was like, no, you know what? If you want to talk, you do it on my turf, on my terms. And she was like, nope, not doing that. I'm like, no, on my terms. But that you couldn't have possibly pulled that off because they were like, it was no your terms. No. It was like in your face.
Yeah. And I didn't back down because, I'm used to cameras coming at me all the time, but always for positive news.
Yes, normally, because
But this kind of went the other way because it was funny, her first words, Zarisha Bradley, who was the journalist, she calls herself the baddie catcher. That's how the term.
I love when they paint themselves in that light, those journalists. Very good.
I mean, she's got a whole story of why she's claimed that title, and she knows exactly why.
Maybe she should come on the podcast and tell me.
I'd love to see her right here between us. make it a little trifecta.
Let's do it. Maybe after this she's gonna watch it and then jump at me next. I wonder what she's gonna find.
Ready for your ACA moment?
I would love one.
Yeah, why not?
You know how there's a lady online called Melissa?
Yes.
We'll mention her soon.
Oh, yes.
Because she was one of the factors that led to my very exciting times.
Yes. Oh, wow.
She posts I don't know, maybe on a weekly basis.
Yes.
On I think a page that she controls online.
Yes.
Where she says something like, free from ACA this week. Do you see that?
Yes, I did see that. Yeah.
Because I always wondered, why does she do that?
Or save from a current affair.
Save from a current affairs. Yeah, something like that.
That wouldn't be that Facebook group called NDIS Participants and Providers Australia.
That's the one. How
did I know? So would you say that she's behind those posts, most likely?
Well, the fact that she's always posting that, and the fact that the way that group tends to go seems to me like it aligns with the kind of values she portrays, which I will tell you some story soon about something that happened just before what she shared online about what I had said on a different post out of context, what caused the entire blow up.
Wow.
Right? So she went out of her way to do that. Well, at least I thought at first she went out of her way to do that.
I noticed the timing of that on LinkedIn when my explosive interview was lodged. She was the only person, this Melissa.
Yeah.
And it's the same one that went in that group as well. And, putting two together.
Yeah.
Looks like she must have a bit of a vendetta or some kind of jealous streak in her to see people.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what her motives. Never met her in my life.
Me neither.
No
but
idea.
When I observe people like that, it's interesting. Even the term, I do a lot of things, right? I have a lot of things happening in my world.
Yes.
But here's one thing you're never going to find me do is post anything that says I'm safe from a current affair.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If you do that, there's always there's a couple of possible options, right? It's either one, you are very conniving. You do something in the background that you don't want people to know about, and you are excited every week that lapses, and you weren't caught out. One possible option. Or you spend a lot of time reporting other people to the current affair and hope they pick up somebody's news.
Yeah.
Or, do you have any other theories to this? Because I probably have a few more.
This group, this NDIS Participants and Providers Australia.
Yeah.
They are notorious for slamming NDIS providers, trying to...
But without evidence too.
Without evidence, yeah.
Without anything real to back it up. Just a snippet of half a breadcrumb, right? And then they go, guys, guess what? We found an entire bread.
Yeah. I mean, I've been laughing over the last 4 weeks that I have been the subject of every headline on this page.
So good.
About 10 times a day.
Look at you getting famous.
I know. They're pushing my SEO through the roof.
But these people don't. Here's what's like super hilarious.
Yeah.
They don't understand. And I think it's the same for you. Not to speak for you, but if I'm wrong, do correct me in your own terms.
I'm sure you're right.
Okay, so for me, when you do stuff like that, I'm just like, oh, good job.
Yeah, good job. Yeah,
thank you.
You're watching me.
You are so wrong.
Yeah.
That's what makes this good.
Yeah.
Because, well, firstly, you have time to look at me. I don't have time to look at you.
I don't even know who you are.
Right? But thanks, you know?
Yeah.
And thanks for spreading my name, however evil you may have painted it. Yeah. Because here is the one thing that is actual truth and fact. If you try to paint somebody in a dirty light, in a bad light, in a negative light, who just doesn't deserve it, who just hasn't done anything that is warranted for you to do that, it will always work out for their good.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, literally. But you know what? Go ahead. Do it as much as you want.
Yeah.
Spread all the dirtiness. There will be a hype.
Yeah.
And everybody will be like, oh, pew, 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 how dare you? And then it will die eventually, as it always does. And then what will happen after that is you will just watch how much more known you are.
I'm very known. In fact, I thought I was known already being the founder of Diversity Models because, ACA quite openly said, oh, you love being in the spotlight. Yes, I actually do because I am the front of the company and the one that takes the bull by the horns.
Yep.
Because if I wasn't strong and didn't have a backbone, I wouldn't be at the front.
Especially when you're a change maker too.
Correct. I'm a trailblazer change maker with no apology. But it was funny how Zarisha said, oh, you've contacted a current affair before to be on our show. And I said, yes, because I had many good news stories.
Yes.
But this time you chose a bad news story. Because you just won the ratings. That's all it is.
So we're going to continue that journey for a minute. But I want to ask a fundamentally critical question. Media, Australian media, mainstream media, why the hell is it that you only thrive on bad news? Real question. Because there are literally so many good things happening in our world. And we with all of the shitty things happening in our world, maybe for once in your damn lives, which seems to be very unhappy, which is why you keep finding bad things to talk about and share about, maybe pick one good news story every 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I don't know, every freaking hour that you do news and tell one good thing happening in our world. One. I dare you. Because it seems you must be out of your goddamn mind, referencing Hamilton. Disney, watching you,
True.
I'm part of the culture.
True.
Anyway, pick something good, okay? There's so many good things happening. How about you find those good things and you talk about those good things? Because you know what? Somebody might be on their bed at the hospital and feeling horrible about themselves and that good news story speaks to them. I'm just saying.
I think
maybe you could do something different.
I think you're spot on, Emeka. Absolutely, because news seems to thrive on negativity. That's why, I love being in front of the camera. In fact, truth be known, if I didn't start Diversity Models, I was going to become a news reporter because I love...
It'll work for you?
I love it. It's part of my personality, being an ex-teacher.
Yeah.
But, I would have focused on good news stories because I believe in sharing positivity. Yeah. And that's what Diversity Models...
Our world needs it.
Correct. And especially this NDIS sector.
Yeah.
I mean, it's becoming so toxic. It's becoming so difficult for businesses to want to stay sometimes. It's hard for participants. I can sympathise with the challenges they have.
Yeah.
But having these Facebook groups that are full of trolls, haters, toxic, manipulative, lonely people that have nothing else better to do.
Yeah.
We need to get rid of these groups.
Yeah.
Facebook needs to step up and ban them because...
NDIS needs to step up and not dig their head in the sand and act like they're not seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
That groups are being formed that are specifically are there to erode trust in people who are going out of their way to do wrong. I'm not saying that every person in the industry that has ever been talked about as somebody doing something wrong hasn't done something wrong. There are many people that have. But when I see the consistent trend is that you pick a tiny breadcrumb and then you go and shout it up from the rooftop like you found an entire loaf of bread. You're an idiot. And there's something wrong with your head. And you should stop and start to think. Not just follow this blow up narrative so that your page can get all these likes and comments because you thrive on sitting down in front of the computer or on your phone and go, oh my God, look at all the likes and comments I'm getting. Yeah. Whoever's behind the page, I'm talking to you because it seems to me like that's what you thrive on. Oh my God, check it out. We got all these comments. We're calling people out. We're completely wrong. But who cares?
Yeah, they're just attention seekers more than. I mean, if you want to be,
I would call them morons. But
morons.
I've been told I'm not allowed to say those words.
Oh, I like your language. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, so let's say we didn't call them morons on this show.
I mean, if you want to be a person of influence, do something influential and positive that changes people's lives
for good,
which is what you do, Emeka. I know that. I've seen what you do now today, and I'm so impressed.
Well, thank you.
And I want to send everyone to you, of course. Now that I know more about you.
Yeah.
For me,
best hidden secret. That's who we are. Yeah. Netiquette. Best hidden secret.
Netiquette. Anyway. Correct. Also, I just. We run passion businesses.
Yes.
We do it from the heart. It's very clear that our teams are happy.
Yeah.
For the haters that are, having a crack at diversity models at the moment, look at my internal team. Look at the participants who are with us. Look at their testimonials that I didn't even have to ask for. They rallied around me during this whole current affairs saga.
And I see them.
You see them?
Yeah, I see the videos going up.
Constantly.
That they're like, hey guys, you're wrong.
Yeah, you're totally wrong.
In like slim words.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to follow the journey nicely, okay? So you got this jump out.
Yep, jump out.
Did you still make it to your speech?
I did. I was flustered. In fact,
oh my God.
I got to say, current affair got me at my worst time because my hair was all over the place.
Was it the nicer hair though?
It was my much nicer hair with my locks.
I mean, it wouldn't have been that bad if it was your other hair.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, it was a hot day. So I wish the editor had at least smoothed my hair down a bit. But I'm a model, right? I have to look good.
Yeah, sure. Meanwhile, I don't really care. Let's go for it.
But I walk into my event ready to present, and another cameraman at the end comes running in front of me, tries to get a shot of me entering the event because they had actually stalked me and knew where I was going to present.
Creepy, so by the way.
Very creepy.
Current affairs, that's freaking creepy.
Yeah.
Don't be acting like that. It's legit creepy, man. Do you think that's journalism? It's not. It's creepy.
Stalkerish.
Anyway, let's not talk about creeps on this show. No, let's talk about creeps on this show. Continue.
But yeah, I mean now, 4 weeks later, I'm still looking over my shoulder thinking I'm going to get jumped again because this is the
Isn't that traumatic?
It's traumatic. It's actually very traumatic what's happened. And that's just the experience of being ambushed by a current affair, unfair journalism. But yeah, I went to my event. I presented my speech.
Yeah.
I delivered a beautiful speech. Took lots of photos, the usual activities.
Yeah.
I was very happy. But then when I went back home, I looked at the reality and I thought, this is the start of a hate campaign about to happen. And within that was on the 11th of September, Are You OK Day, which funnily enough, what is this day meant to represent?
Yeah. Trauma at its finest. Not the day that we check if people are okay. It's the day that we make people not okay.
And that was me.
Current affairs, doing that since I don't know when you started.
2025.
Yeah. People. Anyway.
So, yes, that happened on the 15th of September. I remember sitting in my bedroom and one of my friends messaged me on Facebook and said, have you seen you're going to be in a current affair? And my heart sank.
Oh, man, I know that feeling.
15th of September.
I know that feeling.
Yep.
I know that feeling well. But go ahead.
Yep. I was like, okay. And I closed my eyes. I was sitting in my room on my own and I just breathed. And then I could feel this pain starting to get in the back of my head slowly. I could feel a migraine was slowly coming.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I saw the trailers coming on TV, all day long up until the 16th of September.
Yeah.
And then that was it, 7 o'clock. Turned on a current affair. I don't watch current affair because it's such a negative show.
Neither do I.
One of the worst shows I've ever seen. I love the project. I wish the project would come back. By the way, Diversity Models was on the project.
Yes, I noticed.
Many times.
Yeah, and by the way, and this is why I think, some of the behaviors that we see that we're about to talk about, I see that it feels to me, how I was like, there's probably a few reasons why people do what they do, like post stupid things with a tiny breadcrumb. Maybe you're just jealous.
Yeah.
Have you ever searched your soul? I don't know. Maybe search yourself in the inward parts to work out, am I just a jealous creep? I mean, freak. I mean, human. I don't know. I'm jealous and I see people doing well and it irritates me and I don't know much about them, but I feel the need to bring them down.
Down to the ground.
Search your soul, mate. Yeah. Anyway, continue.
I love it, Emeka.
I don't know. It's just what I think.
So I popped up on a current affair. It was interesting when I was jumped by these reporters that they showed me a couple of pictures. I recognised one of the names straight away.
Yeah.
And I thought, yes, this is not unexpected because she was toxic already.
Yeah.
The second person that appeared on the show when their name was mentioned, when the reporter showed up, it took me by surprise because I thought, did I just hear the name right? Like I was questioning myself because I didn't expect that. Because he was still with our agency.
Oh.
Whereas the girl that appeared
in the show,
I was betrayed. I
was betrayed.
Like seriously in the heart.
That's like one of the worst things to experience as a director, by the way.
Oh, it's the worst.
I have a few times.
But I thought to myself, I gave it the benefit of the doubt, and I thought, I hope I didn't hear what I heard.
Yeah.
So anyways, turn on the TV, 7:00. There, after, as a current affair said, after a failed modelling career, Monique Jeremiah started Diversity Models and decided to go on this, rampage of ripping people off. That's essentially what current affair insinuated.
Yeah.
And they put two people. So one was a female with blonde hair.
Yeah.
And a male who has a physical disability.
Yeah.
The female, we terminated her from our agency on June 18th.
Wow, you memorised that date. This is so traumatic for you. I love it.
How many times I've had to repeat the story. Yeah. She was only with our agency for 1 month.
Yeah.
Well, just 1 month and I think 3 days to be precise.
Okay.
So that's a very short tenure of being with us as a contractor model. She never got any gigs with us because her time was too short, and the way she presented to us, you could not even really tell she's got a disability.
Yes.
Because her behaviour, and there's a video which maybe you would like to put on the screen, Emeka, of her dancing.
Okay.
Shows nothing classy.
Okay.
Nothing representative of disability.
Is this like an online publicly available video?
Should be able to find it. Yeah,
well, if we can find it, we'll chuck it up.
I'm sure you can find it on YouTube.
Public.
Yeah, we would have put it there because she wanted us to share it as part of her marketing.
Right.
Any reasonable person looking for a person with disability book would see it and think, this is not a model we'd want to book. And it's difficult for me to say that now, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
But so she came to our agency. We were ready to market her, and we needed her to give us more evidence of her disability because we can't get her gigs if she looks like this in a video, right? And you'll know this term called slut dropping.
Okay.
And I'm sorry for the language.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't heard of it. I haven't heard of it.
Yeah.
We're decent human beings.
Sure.
But
say it as it is.
But yes, I tell it like it is. But for people that know that term, you've probably done slut dropping before.
Oh, okay.
And the dance, as you can see, exhibits exactly that. So it's questionable.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so I want to kind of pause here for a second and just clarify something because, somebody might be watching this and might be thinking, they're here to shame people and make people feel less than and make people feel this, that, and the other. And it's not the intent at all.
Of course not.
One of the things I do believe that is important to point out, and I mentioned it right at the start, is that my aim of having these conversations is that I would like humanity to be better. Mm-hmm. And better actually looks like us being sustainable in what we do. And fundamentally, I'm a person of faith, and I'm an avid follower of Christ and what he did on the cross for us. And so what that means for me is that I genuinely love and care for every person.
Yes, exactly.
If there is blood in your veins, we do have that in common. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things I always live by is do unto others as you will have them do unto you. Mm-hmm. So I'm not here to try and shame anyone.
No, of course not.
No. I'm here, what the intent here is to try and pull apart behaviors and things in our world that is unacceptable. And if it so happens that your name is called and a story is told about you and you feel a clench in your heart that perhaps this story is directly about you and it sucks, then maybe there is a problem. And the problem isn't me telling the story or you making mention of it by highlighting it. The problem is your heart, and that needs work. And you need to work out how you can do the work, find community, family, trusted people to help you do that work. The mission here is not to retort with an attack for the people who call you out for your bad behavior.
Exactly. I mean, going back to the story, we terminated Hayley because after she joined our agency and goes through the typical process of a model does a portfolio onboarding shoot. This is where we do a set of 5 different types of photos.
Yeah.
This is part of their casting photos, part of their portfolio, just for ready for marketing, right?
Sure.
That's the first step of joining our agency because we need to create a profile ready to send to clients. during the shoot, she expressed an interest of joining our weekend workshops, which is through Diversity Models Academy.
Yeah.
So Diversity Models Academy is our, I guess, personal development stream of the agency where we help to build the personal confidence, the networking opportunities, the social skills, the modelling skills, anything that's going to help our participants excel in the long term.
Which is a normal thing, by the way. It happens in the acting world, it happens in the modelling world, it happens in the fashion world.
Yes.
You go through these schools, these academies that help you build up a whole lot of portfolio of things to help you be the best version of yourself.
Exactly. And it just so happens that when we do these weekends, we create a lot of content as well of the models, people with disabilities, so that when we use that in our marketing, people can see who are here, who's part of our agency, and for them it's a great marketing and PR opportunity.
Great.
Along with the development.
Yeah, awesome.
I love marketing PR. I love promoting people.
Yeah.
So, Hayley, this individual, wanted to, be on this weekend workshop. We planned for her to come. We paid for her accommodation. We paid for her airfares. We also went to the point of paying for the flights and accommodation of her so-called support worker, who we couldn't quite work out if it's actually her support coordinator or her friend who seems to be controlling all the shots and managing all the correspondence between this individual and our company. So we paid,
I mean, that's big.
That's big, yeah.
I want to kind of just like dwell on that for a mini second. So you mentioned the name Hayley, and I think A Current Affair has also mentioned her name.
Correct. They've identified her, yes.
So we're not doing anything wrong with mentioning her name. You know, she placed herself out there, so you will be talked about. Just like I placed myself out there, so talk about me. Love it. But one sec, because I saw a lot of stuff that has gone online and been said. You paid.
We paid up front.
Out of your pocket.
Correct.
To support somebody on their journey.
Yes.
Which you didn't have to do.
And we paid for this additional person called Cassie, who was actually just a kind of extra. Now, we didn't have to, because when we run these weekend workshops, we provide the support workers, you know, to go along to these trips. We provide the accommodation, the flights, all the meals, all the activities, all the supports, and anything else that we want to add value. So,
and then you pay them on top of that for all.
Well, if they get a job, like the weekend workshop is basically to develop their skills.
Sure.
But it's inevitable that anyone that attends is going to get a greater chance of employment because of their confidence and experience and the exposure we create. So it's a win-win.
And those things are expensive, by the way. They're not cheap, especially if you're paying for an extra person.
Exactly. So we covered it. And, you know, the figure that she asked for a draft invoice, we gave a draft invoice, which came up to, what was it, $6,260.85. But the actual cost for one person is $5,260.85. So we just added an extra $1,000 just to cover that extra person. But we were never even obligated to have her along. We did that to help Hayley have that extra support because she said she gets seizures. So we took that extra, effort. We could have looked after her regardless, but the point is, as you said, we covered the initial flight and accommodation for both these individuals out of our pocket. Then Hayley insinuated on ACA that we were paid by NDIS for this. We went back to the plan manager. We've got proof that we were never paid a cent from that, right? We only received payment for the portfolio shoot, which is the initial. But she made it look like on TV that...
So the $6,000 invoice, which you would have made less than $1,000 on as a company. Which, by the way, that wouldn't really be nothing.
It's nothing.
In this industry where, in the current economy, where things are extremely expensive. And you're paying for all that stuff. So you would have barely made anything.
We didn't even get paid that.
And, sorry, maybe I'm confusing and mishearing, but you are saying to me, to date, you have not been reimbursed for that cost.
No, and she never submitted that invoice. But the catch is she never even came on that trip. So she made it look like she had been on the trip, but she hadn't. She hadn't come on the trip. We hadn't been paid the invoice, but she made it look like we are being paid and ripping off people. And which is funny because the plan manager in writing verified that this is exactly what we've been paid from the very first invoice. And that's it. There's no other invoice being paid and submitted.
So the lies are starting to stack up.
With the numbers on the screen being flashed.
Let's see if we can get some good stuff to show visuals on.
And what's really funny too is that, we actually cancelled Hayley and Cassie on this trip the day before the trip because in the lead up to the trip, the trip was planned from the 6th of June to the 8th of June. On the 5th of June, the excuses came out saying Hayley can't travel because she's got seizures. She can't travel from the Gold Coast to Sydney and get on a plane because of her medical condition. So weren't they the one that approached you though and said they wanted to do this and be a part of it? Mm-hmm, correct. So we paid for everything ready to go out of our pocket.
Well, you're okay, so now I know that she never attended the trip.
Yeah.
The lies are stacking because she's presented otherwise. Did your money come back to you that you invested on that trip?
No, we lost.
So you lost money.
We lost money, of course. But the funny thing is,
I asked the question by the way because I figured that's the obvious. Having run business for as long as I have, I know that there's some things you just don't make it back on.
And last minute.
Yeah.
So so she said she can't travel because of seizures.
Yeah.
I made the decision after that phone call and I sent a text message to Cassie and said, look, based on our conversation, we have to cancel this trip because we don't want to obviously jeopardize the health of because it's risky to take someone with the seizure on a plane.
Yeah.
If they have a seizure in front of everyone in the airplane, what's going to happen then? It's a serious case.
I will kind of pause there really quickly because I think it's so as a provider we deal with this where we handle a lot of complex high intensity cases. So what we will do, this is kind of on the Medicare side. I'm Emeka and I'm representing me on this show, not Medicare, but from what I know, we will typically make a lot of arrangements. Make sure that we have a trained, qualified, at least one, if not two, workers on the trip. We will make sure the seizure plan is updated. We'll make sure the doctors are aware. Make sure medication is on time, so we don't have an episode.
Yeah, it's high. Right? It's a high risk situation.
High risk, which we are not equipped for.
And we're not equipped for. No, exactly.
The right thing to do is to go, well, look, we can't do
this. No, it's too high risk because we have other models that were coming on the trip as well. We have to think about also their response should a crisis happen. So we cancelled. And on the 6th, once we got to Sydney, I received this text message from Hayley saying, it'll be funny if we ran into each other. Now, what does that tell you? She's going to Sydney, isn't she?
So she travelled anyway.
She still did. And how did I find out? Well, on the 8th of June, she posted a picture of her in a black leopard print top on a background that said untied on her Facebook profile and her Instagram profile. So me, obviously now that she surfaced at a current affair, came back and thought, how can I defend the fact that, yes, she actually did go to Sydney, even though she said she couldn't travel based on seizures. I use AI. Now, Emeka, I'm not a technical person, I can tell you that. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to take my punt and see if AI can help me to identify where is this untied, where's this picture from? Because I don't go out to these bars. Sure enough, it pinpointed it in Sydney, gave the coordinates, and it described the picture.
Little did you know that we live in a world where your every move can be tracked.
Correct.
That easily.
And the pictures were posted.
It's a bit stalkerish, Monique, but you know.
I know. But I had to do my due diligence, to find out, did she actually go? Yeah. So there you go. And so she showed up to Sydney with a so-called seizure, went out partying and drinking. And next thing I knew, I came back after the Sydney trip.
Yeah.
I let a bit of time go because I was obviously hurt that she had, come up with all those excuses and we had to wear the cost.
Yeah.
But, I terminated her on June 18th. So I left a bit of time.
Yeah.
And I said, this is the reason why, because you were dishonest with us basically, and you also costed us for this trip because we could have put that money for two people, accommodation and flights, into something else, into our business, put that back into our models.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's unfair, and any person that runs a business would see her as a liability of that behaviour.
Look, it's wastage, and you said a couple of times so-called seizure. I definitely want to make sure people do understand that we don't make light of people having physical or health conditions.
Of course not.
But you certainly, something that cannot be acceptable is that you cannot use the excuse of your condition because it is a serious thing.
Yes, of course.
And for your sake, you should not use the excuse of your condition to lie, to cheat, to blackmail, any of those sort of things that can be viewed as negative because we all know the story about the boy who cried wolf, right? Because when you do that sort of thing, you invalidate the severity of your own condition that you need people to actually take you serious for. So if indeed you did have this condition, you should probably treat that a lot more seriously and not use that as some kind of superpower. Because unfortunately, I do see a lot of people within the scheme that abuse the scheme by virtue of, well, it's my condition, so what can I say?
Exactly.
Not acceptable.
I mean,
even for you.
I was shocked, the moment appearing on A Current Affair and all these allegations. I mean, we take the greatest care for our models. We love our people with disabilities. We wouldn't be in this sector if we didn't adore what we do.
Yeah.
And our models who've been on these trips can testify the success of these trips of building their confidence, building their employability, the holistic experience they gain, the networks they gain, because we are not like another modelling agency.
Well, another one doesn't exist, as far as we know.
Yeah, we do the whole package for them so that they can get a job and get multiple gigs, along the way and boost their chances through coming on these trips. But these trips are not compulsory. It's by choice.
Yes.
It's funded by NDIS if it's supported.
Yep.
Again, it has to be all supported by their plan managers,
and
by
their goals.
Their goals. Yep. Correct. So that was the first person.
And it's a choice, and NDIS is all about choice and control. So if you choose to indulge in, that kind of activity to build your capacity, then for employment, amazing. I mean, the story that A Current Affair should really have been telling is, here is a business in Australia that is truly doing it differently. They have chosen to employ people with a disability, vulnerable individual, and actually pay them at a fairly reasonable rate.
Or significant rate.
Significant rate. It is very much comparable to what anyone can expect to receive in the market. You're not paying them, and I know those rates, by the way. Those they're atrocious.
They're ridiculous because it's because they get subsidised accommodation, they get all kinds of pensions.
Sure.
So if you look at it as a whole from all these elements, then you can understand why it's so low. But for us, we don't even consider ADE as ever. We will never pay people that rate. We treat people with disabilities equally with anyone who's in the industry for modelling. Because
there you go.
I mean, to give you a comparison, Emeka, before I started Diversity Models, I was a commercial model as well.
Yeah.
And I remember myself modelling for a healthcare company in the sector.
Yeah.
And their pay rate was something like $165 a day.
Jeez.
Now, I accepted that because at the time I was just accepting anything. I didn't care. I model for the fun and love of it.
Yeah. And by the way, that did help you build up your network.
Oh, of course.
By taking all those jobs.
Yes.
Which then propelled you towards being able to open your own agency.
Yes.
That then allowed you to give other people the opportunity
to get paid better. Right? So I got the short stick I pulled. But you know what? I can compare that, and that's why I refuse to pay our models that's really low rate, because I know what it's like to be fighting for my place as a model, let alone imagine someone with a disability, how hard it must be
100%
to find the work.
And to treat them with such a high level of value by saying, you're worth every penny, you're worth pretty much the same amount, not pretty much, you are not even the same amount, you're worth more, because I just said I did a movie thing,
so you know
big
exactly.
Gold Coast, big budget movie thing.
And still paid low, right?
And I can tell you I did not get paid. I mean, okay, look, it wasn't like I was
$30 an hour,
just
right?
like in the background. And
still.
I loved the experience, by the way. It was awesome. But I was just in the background, loved it, thought it was fun, hated it in some kind of way, waited around for
long hours, long days.
And
I know
you get paid trash for it. I was like, geez, how am I doing this? I should be at my freaking day job or something.
Yeah, you did it for the love of it more than anything. I know. Exactly.
But it is what it is. And you're doing that. So, okay.
And there was a second person that appeared on the show.
Yes.
And this person blindsided me, Brandon, because up until that date, Emeka, he was with our agency. I was looking through the books the other day. He had already had 3 gigs in the time he'd been with us.
Yeah.
And on his second last gig with us, he was paid $1,300 for basically 2 hours of being on camera. Wow. Now, you do the maths. That works out to $650 an hour, which is significant. Now, who in their right mind gets paid that hourly rate?
So, I mean, the big question for me...
That's a huge pay. Huge. That was a lucky strike for him.
Great lucky strike.
And all the models on that
Which,
shoot.
by the way, might we remind folks that was an opportunity that your work created.
Correct. We went after it for them.
Like, it didn't come out of nowhere. It didn't, suddenly turn up in the world of modeling and had a $1,300 gig offered to him. Didn't work that way. For 2 hours.
For 2 hours.
Right?
I mean, as a modelling agency, I mean, there's so many facets involved. One, there's marketing our agency so people know we actually exist and they can come to the one place.
Yeah.
2, it's marketing our models. It's 3, liaising with the directors and the producers of who they want for their talent.
Yeah.
It's helping with the casting and selection of the staff for the shoot. It's also organising the logistics of models, assisting with their wardrobe prior to the shoot. It's attending the shoot with them on the day, because you see me, I travel all the time.
Yeah.
Because when it's these bigger shoots, I like to be there to supervise and make sure our models are all right, because people with disabilities, it is complex.
They need extra care.
They need extra care, extra support. I'm there. They can ask me for anything. I'm that person that can liaise with the production crew if they need whatever they need.
Yeah.
It's also helping organise like their meals if it's a full day. It's also helping with hair and makeup. Like I can tell you, Emeka, when I pitch diversity models to clients, when we pitch projects, we're not pitching $10,000 a model. Like I mean, I'll give you an example. There was a client who wanted one model from us, a government agency.
Okay.
They asked me, how much would you quote us for one person? I turned back and I said to them, how much is my competitor, if there's a competitor?
Yeah.
How much do they quote you? Guess how much they quoted for one model?
I mean, you just said 10,000, so I'm thinking it's around that sort of
13,000.
Holy smokes!
I said,
really,
for this one person, and I said to the client,
I mean, I think I'm in the wrong gig.
You're the wrong gig.
Monique, would you take me?
100%.
I'm a person of colour. Does that make me vulnerable enough?
No, you're absolutely vulnerable.
Okay, good. Sounds good. We'll talk after this. New gig coming up.
But that's what my competitor was quoting to a client.
Crazy.
Now, I went to that client, a government, and I said, you know what? If you do it for $3,000, I'm happy. And that's not even like a quarter of that, technically. But that's where we as an agency don't overcharge.
Yeah.
And our models still get paid the same rate of pay no matter what gigs, because at the end of the day, we want to get open employment and well-paid work for them.
Yeah, very good.
And part of our negotiation process is I will sometimes offer hair and makeup for free for the production company.
Wow.
So that they save on that cost.
Oh, wow.
Because, so, you know, if as a makeup and hair artist, I mean, I can easily command $300 to $500 a pop.
Easily?
Per person.
Yeah.
Right? To me, that's good money. Like, and it's money that I enjoy making.
Yeah.
Doing something fun.
Because you're doing something you love. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's a time when as a founder, I don't have to think.
Yeah.
So have fun.
Oh man, one of the greatest times in our lives.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a moment where we don't have to think.
Don't have to think.
Mine is on my throne.
Yeah, exactly.
It's called my toilet. Just throwing in the toilet joke.
Yeah, exactly.
Because why not?
Why not? Why not? But you know, the modelling side of my life is the easiest part because I don't have to think. I sit there, smile, play a support worker or do hair and makeup, whatever, or my team. That's the easy part. But it's the lead up to before the shoot happens, the actual shoot itself, and then the after shoot where you've got to organise all the payments for models, making sure that everything is smooth.
Yeah.
Make sure clients happy. Like, you know, at Diversity Models, we offer not only models as talent for shoots, but if a company wants to actually run a whole shoot from start to finish, we can also do that. So we can provide the creative team. Yeah. We can provide all the hair and makeup. We can provide the location, the studio, the logistics. We can do everything. Yeah. They just need to tell us what they want. Yeah. Give us an idea of their budget. Yeah. And then we'll work around them.
We'll tell them what you can afford.
Yeah. And
that's crazy.
And if we can add more value to NDIS providers, especially, because their money is obviously going in different angles to run a business.
The bucket is empty most of the time. Exactly. Which is like, you want your invoice paid this week?
Yeah.
Next week maybe? Can you wait? Cash flow is a problem.
Exactly. So we offer a very good solution for businesses. So there's two parts of the business. There's the participants that get paid work as a model on a gig basis, and then there's the companies that come to us because they need brand new images for their marketing, or maybe they need a promo video or something to visually represent. Yeah. But we can do it all, but we don't charge astronomical rates. We refuse to, and we add so much value. We do BTS of shoots as well.
If you as an organisation, if Diversity Model isn't far more popular after this conversation, I freaking do not know what is wrong with our world.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we've all lost our freaking minds. But let me just outline it for succinctly as I can for people to understand the nature of how you work, because that's gotten quite lost in the narratives
in the last couple of weeks. Yeah,
right, in the last couple of weeks. So what you're saying to me is that it starts with the person coming in and saying, hey, I would like to join your crew. I'd like to be a model. How do I go about that? You go, cool. You can either come on a workshop or we can just kind of work with you over time.
And do the portfolio shoot.
Do a portfolio shoot.
And that's your only cost.
It's the only real cost you're getting. Right? Which costs you money.
Yeah, it costs me money to organise the photographer, 100%. The studio, the hair and makeup artist, the editing, everything.
Yeah, so it's not like sports. You say, pay me money, and then
you get nothing.
Turn up in a black room, and I'm going to use my iPhone, snap,
nothing.
And you're good, right? You do some makeup.
Yep.
You do some, the photographers turn up.
Yep.
You do a whole world of things. The lighting.
Yep. The studio, the supports, we're there to help.
Yeah, not a black room.
No black room. Right. It's got a bit of lighting.
All right. And then they pay something for this. No, I don't know what the cost is.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting.
Would you like to know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for males, because all the support coordinators know these figures.
Great. So, marketing. Let's go.
Yeah. So for males, the cost is $1,950.
Okay.
For a person, that's it. Once-off cost.
Cool.
Nothing else.
Yep.
And for females, $2,375.
Yep.
That's it.
And it's the capacity building thing.
Yeah, and that's it.
Great.
That's a once-off cost, upfront cost, covered by NDIS.
Wait, females are cheaper? Is that what you just said?
No, females are more expensive because they take more time.
I was going to say
to prepare their makeup and their hair. You
okay.
know.
Because I would have thought the other way around, but okay, that makes sense.
And males are cheaper because they have less to do.
Yeah. I don't want no makeup on my face when I do mine, by the way. Yeah. I like my face hair, especially my beard.
Yeah, you have a great beard.
No touching up the greys. Are we cool?
We're cool.
Okay, cool.
Deal.
Yeah.
So, it's quite reasonable how much we charge. That's a once-off fee, covers everything, all supports, the whole experience, basically gets them into our
the portfolio
process. Yeah.
Preferred as a service. Hang on a sec. You mentioned before about your education that you used to be a teacher.
Yes.
So I'm very curious about that. So, because it often seems like, when you see a pretty lady who is, called you pretty, I'm sure you know that already. In the modeling business, in what you do, it is very tempting for the mass to think, here goes another bimbo. I mean, I should have used a better term than that. I mean, this is Emeka Conversation. I don't really care what you think. My terms are my terms. Here goes another person, another woman, another pretty face who is, I'm all, flash. And
another influencer.
Yeah, another influencer.
Instagram influencer.
I'm another, face with no real brains. But you mentioned before you were a teacher. So I want to drop into that for a minute. Tell me a little bit about that world. Teacher, yeah.
So prior to starting Diverse Models, I was a business teacher within the RTO sector, which is the colleges and TAFEs.
Okay.
And also as teacher within the university sector.
Okay, wow.
Teaching everything to do with business except for accounting. Because funny that, I don't really care about the numbers. Yeah. And so for being accused of someone that's ripping people off on the numbers, that's quite ironic, right?
I mean, given what we have just been talking about, it makes sense. Not just even theoretically, practically, understanding numbers myself as a business owner, that you are probably doing yourself a little bit of a disservice when it comes to how you're managing, because clearly it comes from passion, right? Yeah. You're doing it from that passion, so the numbers doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter that it stacks up and you become super wealthy from it. Yeah. It matters that these people feel loved and cared for, and therefore clearly, what the heck? The numbers don't matter. Okay, that makes sense.
Exactly.
Business.
I mean, I built Diverse Models on love and passion, you know. And
great fuel.
Right.
Not sustainable for like your bank account, but great fuel.
But we're in it for a long term.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have dreams and goals, and it stemmed from my love of modeling to love of people, love of PR and love of marketing. So I combine, all my skills. I've been to university. I studied a Bachelor of Business, majoring in industrial relations and HR.
There you go.
So yes, I am passionate about employment. So hence I help people with disabilities find employment.
Because that's right, you do have another company.
Yeah, I have another company. A recruitment agency. Yeah, funnily enough.
Well, there you go.
So I should know a little thing or two about.
I mean, I would like your services after this.
Yeah, I mean, we help a lot of nurses, especially healthcare professionals, into employment. Help them get past the gatekeepers. When they're applying for jobs.
Wow.
I've been doing this for a long time. I've been in business since I was 21. So I'm kind of. like an anti-influencer, you know, because
Describe that.
Well, basically, you're never going to see me running around in bikinis, right?
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
With the girls popping out.
Yeah. Okay. Side comment. Let's keep going.
But you will always see me. Yes, I'm at the front of the camera.
Yeah.
Front and center. I'm always that one championing for people that I believe in.
Yeah.
I am the voice, I'm the face, and I'm the one that will always help people to grow and succeed. Because, I believe I have succeeded at a young age and I feel very lucky and appreciative. Yes, I'm finally doing my passion company.
Yeah.
So it only comes natural that, yes, I have a very proactive social media presence.
Yes.
I'm always, in the media, on TV, you know, everything. But it's strategic.
Yeah.
And so you will see my personal name and Diversity Models being flung everywhere in Australia and
Monique
overseas.
Jeremiah.
Yeah.
It's a great name, actually.
Do you like it?
It's actually such a good name. I mean, I will say that. So you're an educated woman.
Yes.
With many years of not just learning and understanding how to do business, but also teaching others how to do business.
Yeah. I practice what I preach, and I'm the kind of teacher that all the students flock to my class because I can't be bothered with academia. If you want to run a successful business and be an entrepreneur, you need to know exactly what you need to do, the hands-on practical side.
The practicality, not like the let's theoretical nonsense, because half of that stuff doesn't work.
I mean, I remember it's funny when I actually left the university sector, started teaching, and I was knocked off my perch because MBA student was going to take my job. Yeah. But it's funny, they come to me asking for advice of, you know, how do you do this? And I'm like, you should know, you're the academic. Come on.
MBA holder. Yeah.
So, I mean, I've always been in business, and, you know, I've done my education and probably not going to go back to education again because, you know, but I was a good teacher. I was very good. But I always had my own business along the journey because it was essential that I had that fire in my heart to run a company. Yeah. And, you know, I've been always self-employed. That's really all I know. Self-employment.
Hence why you're not going to go into education again, because otherwise you have to start up your own school.
Well, exactly.
Because I can't work for like the system that's corrupt and rubbish.
Because I've always contracted myself. I'm unemployable. You know, because I know too much.
Of course.
But also because sometimes people feel threatened if you are someone that's really good at what they do.
Yes.
Because confidence is from within, and I will never try to steal someone's job. Forget that. I'm there to create the opportunities and lead, you know, by example. So
I will mention here, and I think it's really important kind of even speaking to the audience, because part of my passion in doing this thing is that the passion-driven purpose behind Emeka Conversations and even Emeka Unscripted is that I want people to learn. I'm passionate about people being educated, people being enlightened, and people being empowered to go out and conquer the world. And so one of the things I know, and this is the education part, and let it bring you some enlightenment. One of the things I've observed as a reality of life is that for someone like you who becomes as successful as you are as a young age, and let's look, yes, she could be significantly more successful, and she probably will be, because of two things that I've noted that is common among successful people: authenticity and passion.
Exactly. And look, I'm not even halfway in my journey yet, Emeka. Like in my eyes.
Well, you are 29.
Oh, 39. but in Asian terms.
Because I thought you, anyway, it's fine. Okay, not 29, 39. You don't look 29 anyway, keep going.
But I've still got a long way to go. And I say that humbly because I'm always learning. Yes. I learn from my participants. I learn from other business owners. I'm inspired by you today.
Yeah, thank you.
I love being surrounded by education and experiential learning. Yeah. And that's what we do at Diversity Models Academy.
Yes.
Is we teach by experience.
Good.
Not by textbook. Yeah. That's why our models get paid. And, you know, as I was mentioning to you before, a lot of fashion models walk on the catwalks, don't get paid.
Yeah.
Or they end up
crazy.
It's crazy, right?
I mean, I see them and I think that's not a gig I will ever want to do in my entire life. Not standing out in public with my undies. No, thank you. Yeah. However, they must get paid a lot to do that. And you're telling me today, another thing.
There's a lot of models. There's probably about, I'd say 10% models maybe that you see who are in fashion side of things. Yeah. Are paid, but the rest that you see in all these fashion shows, events, whether it's small or large scale, are not paid whatsoever.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's really funny. I'll give you a story of a couple of years ago before I started Diversity Models.
Yeah.
I was approached by a major lingerie brand in Australia, really, really expensive brand here.
Yeah.
And by
Victoria's Secret.
Oh, it's up there. It's one of those ones.
It's like the only one I know. And I have a wife, so
you have a wife. And I was asked to walk on the catwalk in their lingerie on a show, and I asked the first question. I said, how much do you pay models? Just out of curiosity, you know. And they said, we don't pay our models. And I said, okay, do you pay them in lingerie?
Yeah.
Even that. Because the value of the lingerie. They said, no, we don't. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm not doing this gig. I'm not going to work half naked in front of a crowd with people with their phones.
People do that?
Yeah, people do it. They do it because they're desperate. Whereas, so there's a lot of models or wannabe models who I clearly cannot even say you're a model if you don't get paid. Because I went from being a teacher, earning a secure contract rate.
Yeah, 100%, right? My defense job.
Yeah.
They told me, what are you doing? You must be crazy.
I gave up teaching to become a full-time commercial model.
Yeah.
And I did it confidently, and I managed to earn a full-time livable wage as a model before I started Diversity Models.
Yeah.
I still model. Modeling is the fun and easy part of my job.
Yeah.
But there's all these TFP. TFP means time for print.
Okay.
Where models, they just pose for shoots, pose for whatever. Sometimes they do commercial work and don't get paid, not even in products. And I just think to myself, this is one of the worst things of the modelling industry and particularly the fashion side of exploitation. So our people with disabilities who are hired as models, I make sure they are paid for their time and paid properly, because why would I, as an agency, exploit people when I know how hard it is to break in the modelling industry, let alone get paid?
That makes the next part of this story that I wanted to dive into even more, atrocious, sad, evil, because what happens next in the story of ACA jumping out at you out of nowhere, them putting up this news? You've talked about the two people that went to them. Actually, before we go to that, I was very curious, genuinely, why? Like, what did you ever do to these people that made them feel the right thing to do is to go and poison Diversity Models, Monique Jeremiah as a person, your character, put you on with everything you're doing, which it seems to me most people out there on all of those different platforms commenting whatever rubbish they're commenting have no freaking clue what it is you've been doing.
Exactly. I think it's just malicious and probably jealousy, because we presented the best opportunity for every model that comes to us, because we keep our model numbers quite small compared to other agencies. Yeah. But we go out of our way to bat for our models to provide those opportunities that other agencies didn't give a stuff about. Yeah. In fact,
they don't get paid for.
Or other agencies don't even care about people with disabilities because it's considered too hard. And I'm saying this bluntly because I've heard this from the horse's mouth of many of our models who wanted to break into the modelling industry. Yeah. I had the same trouble myself in my 20s. Wow. I couldn't get into a modelling agency because I was considered completely unacceptable, right? And even in my 30s, I contacted every modelling agency around Australia because I made that decision at 30, right?
So it's like when I started Medicare, every support coordinator and plan manager, hey man, do you have a client?
Yeah, hustle like crazy, right? But they all rejected me because they were like, no, sorry, you don't fit that cookie cutter typical model.
Yeah, the criteria.
So I went out and became a freelance model myself. Okay. I battered it on the side turned my passion, hobby to a part-time to a full-time gig, then became a company. So I know the journey and what it takes to win. So for me, when I saw Hayley on A Current Affair just maliciously show up, even though she's been terminated, right? Yeah. And I made that decision for a real reason. Wow. The fact that she went on there, my question was, what were you trying to achieve, Hayley? Going on to A Current Affair, were you hoping to get another job in the modelling industry? Because I'm sure other people would have seen the damage that she's done to, one, the person that gave you a chance that you told me you were never going to get a chance from anyone else. Yeah. But the damage you've done to my agency and to my models who also have disabilities who are meant to be part of a team. Yeah. that's what's keeping me standing, Emeka, because I love my team. I'm a real people person.
Yeah.
And it's always been like that.
Yeah.
And when I saw Brandon on the show, I was heartbroken because
sad.
I worked hard to get him different gigs, you know, fly him from Sydney to Gold Coast, Sydney to Melbourne.
Wow.
Book him in Sydney. He's in a wheelchair, right?
Yeah.
Right? We never had any bad blood. But for him to stab me in the back,
that's hurtful, man.
That was really hurtful.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So effectively, what I'm hearing is that you didn't really do anything. You kind of just existed. And it might sound, and I know that there will be some skeptics that listen to this. Monique, what you presented to me today is authenticity. And it's difficult because in our world, it's difficult to try and judge people's character and know whether they're telling the absolute truth or they're hiding whatever it is they need to hide. So you see the version of them that is they want you to see. Now, for me, I know firsthand doing business, I absolutely unequivocally know what it literally feels like to do absolutely nothing but the best by a person. Mm-hmm. You know, I had a character who I did a lot of work and funded to bring overseas and employ and give them an opportunity and experience of a lifetime in my company. And you know, I even went the extra miles and gave them the opportunity of permanent residency, of citizenship, and signed the paperwork, the visas, paying the funds, the employer contribution, all of that sort of stuff.
Wow.
Right. And then they promised to Black and Blue that, you know, I've done them a great thing and they really thank me for it. They will never let me down, and they genuinely are so grateful. And they can only show that by never letting me down, never ditching the organization, never doing anything that will make me think of them any less than.
Because you gave them everything.
Yeah.
Literally.
Fair, right?
Yeah.
Sounds like a great, you know.
Sounds like it.
Well, awesome.
They're lucky to have you.
Except literally like a fortnight from like telling me that, which was like the fortnight before I signed, or the fortnight after I signed their paperwork to go become, you know, permanent residents and all that sort of stuff, getting sponsored. A fortnight later, maybe up to a month, I don't remember the exact timeline, but as soon as they got it, they sat in the very same chair, the irony, and then said to me, yeah, you know, life happens, and sometimes we all have to move on.
And they left?
And they left.
They left just like that?
Like literally even like within a week.
After you'd paid all this?
After I've done all that, yeah. So I know exactly, and that's my story authentically without having any way of verifying, and we're going to try and get a whole lot of things to try and verify what we're talking about today. But without even being able to do that directly, I know what that is and what that feels like, and the fact that can absolutely be true, that you can do the best by someone and they can go out of their way to absolutely damage you
and destroy. And you know, as a founder, I mean, we take business to heart.
Yeah,
this is not
100%.
This is not all about profits. This is also about doing something good in society. And you know, from the time we've spent today, I know you have the same ambition as me and drive and heart. Yeah. And this is a good thing. And I'm very thankful to meet you because obviously my trust is a little bit broken.
Yes.
You know, in this
as
sector.
As it will be, because you're human.
Yeah, and in this sector especially, because I mean, I've been batting for the last 2 years in the disability sector like no other agency, you know. My heart and soul's gone into it, but to be so betrayed on this show, and you know, I'm going to be on A Current Affair again very soon, because you know what, as I said, I didn't step down when those silly reporter and her tribe,
silly is an understatement,
I'm being polite,
absolutely,
ambush me. I didn't back off and hide my face in shame or run away like you see on these shows.
Yeah.
I stood my ground because I am proud of what I've built.
Yeah.
The social enterprise that I've put together and the team of people that are representing diversity and disabilities.
Cool.
And then A Current Affair, you know, I asked them to like pull back their statement. They didn't retract it.
Yeah.
But I also said I would like to be on the show anyways, to give me a chance.
Yeah, to give you a version of the actual story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, you know, when I was in the interview the other day, that they didn't just present some of the allegations again. They pulled in new, fresh evidence because, you know, they think I want a second round of being hit. Yeah. But it's quite irrelevant, and I'm interested to see what they put to air.
Yeah.
To see how they twist and manipulate the real facts, because everybody that comes through our agency, we make a point to care for them, because we may not be a clinical agent, but we are a care-based modelling agency. And I will say that, like, over my dead body, that this is what we stand for. We will always be there for our models, and particularly our disability models.
So I am now very... We've had a lot of lead up to this because this is what I saw. I saw the ACA thing came out and I was like, cool, all right. I mean, you know, when you watch something or you read something and you're like, oh, something smells wrong here, buddy.
It's fishy. Something fishy here.
Yeah, so it's not. It doesn't seem right to me. So I didn't pay a lot of attention to it. But then what got me paying attention is when I saw certain characters online. And I don't know where it starts, so you can speak to that. Started jumping on the bandwagon, posting a whole lot of stuff about you, painting all kinds of pictures. Now, what caught my attention is the fact that these characters were the same characters that did the same thing to me.
To you, exactly. It was like
a few weeks before.
Repeated history.
Or even like a week before, right?
Yeah.
Now, we're probably going to drop their names.
Yeah.
Because...
We've got no shame.
Well, I got no shame. But also, this is because what they've done to you is nothing short of atrocious. It's disgusting.
Yes.
It is poor. It is inhuman and it's inhumane. Right? And I use all of those words as offensive as you might find them because, they do need to hit you deep down in the soul if you're listening to this. Because what you guys did was wrong. And it's guys that... And I paid attention, like I said, because these guys were the same guys that started smearing all sorts of nonsense on social media about me.
Yeah.
Right? You know, some of them even went on my business page on Google and started giving me bad reviews, like really bad reviews, like calling me a homophobe and all that sort of stuff. It's like their favorite term. If you can't really defend your position, just smear the person with whatever the hell comes to your head. And so they started smearing you with all sorts of things. Like I've seen the, maybe you can best describe the terms.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you who one of the ringleaders was.
Yeah,
so go. So LinkedIn is meant to be a professional platform.
Yeah.
That, we share our successes as NDIS providers.
Your difficulties.
Our difficulties.
Yeah.
It's an open ground. But, a particular individual who you're very familiar with, Bradley Sauter, who is an LAC, local area coordinator.
Works for the NDIA?
Yes, correct.
Good.
So he's
now you know.
Internally works at NDIA in Sydney.
Yeah.
He was the first person to put up a post, I noticed, with the video from ACA on there saying, I've been waiting for this moment about diversity models. And he went on his rant. And it's very funny because Braddles, as he calls himself, is also a makeup artist for drag queens. Now, look, drag queens, I love the makeup style. It's actually quite fabulous.
Yeah.
But, Brad, what's your reason for attacking me? Is it because I'm a makeup artist that actually does a really good job and is popular? Because I can't think of any other reason why he would attack me, considering I'm very respectful to the LGBTQI plus community.
Oh my God, add all the extra letters, let them have it, the mafia, I call them.
Yeah.
I'm
respectful for them. I'm happy to do makeup and hair for anyone, basically. Yeah. We specialise in disabilities.
Yeah.
But this guy, Braddles, Bradley, all the aliases he goes under came from LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, so many profiles attacking me and inciting hate, especially on LinkedIn, because he knows that, yes, I'm quite well connected in LinkedIn, like you are.
Yeah.
And trying to spread hate. And I think the worst thing that Brad Sauter, the LAC, did was my partner contacted him on Facebook in a quite a polite manner, told him to back up, don't stalk me and bully me.
Yeah.
But Brad, being the manipulator he is, he photoshopped the words KYS fag boy.
Which stands for?
Well, you and I wouldn't even know this term. I had to Google it.
What?
KYS means kill yourself, fag boy. And then he photoshopped that onto the conversation with my partner.
Wow.
And then he sprayed that all over LinkedIn and Facebook. And I went through my partner's phone at the time, a few weeks ago, and I said, you need to give me your phone. I'm going to go through and record your conversation, and I'm going to look and make sure you did not say these words. Because I want to be sure myself.
Yeah.
And sure enough, and as you can see on the screen, this is the proof showing that my partner did not say that, but this Bradley photoshopped this to incite hate, spread it all over LinkedIn and social media, and then carved basically myself and my partner at the time as haters of the community. And I think that's absolutely horrendous.
That is crazy, man.
Who does that?
That's the stuff that's so...
psychopathic.
That's the stuff that's so crazy. It sends chills to your bone. So Mr. Bradley, sir, what exactly was going through your mind? What was the purpose behind you deciding that because whatever it is that you were already spreading about Monique wasn't bad enough, you had to go and fabricate some stuff. And this is, by the way, what I'm saying, right? My aim is not to just try and call people out. It's to say we need humanity to be better. And right now, that behavior is short, very short of what is better, what is good. And you and I know that. Now, I looked at the video, and as you can see how the comments go, right? And we're going to try and slow it down so people can actually read it for themselves on the screen, right? You can see how the interaction goes, and you can see on your partner's phone that particular message doesn't exist. It
doesn't even exist at all.
Right? On the message that he's spluttered all over the internet to incite hate and outrage, and go you, mate. You get to publicize yourself as these righteously angry folk who defends the just and the undefendable. Yet here you are, sir, doing the very things, perpetrating the very evil, and yes, I'm calling it evil, that you, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Monique totally making it up, right? Although, as it seems to me, the video evidence is real.
Right here in the screenshot and in the video. So
she has no reason to make it up.
Correct. And Brad, you then paired up with Colin Moulin, who is another person in your community. Now, as I said, I have full respect for the LGBTQIA+.
Yeah, I know that name well. Right? It came from me too.
Right.
Yeah.
You see,
Seriously.
They seem... The bad individuals of that community seem to be the same names each time.
Yeah.
Colin, you had started attacking me the moment I launched Diversity Models in Disability Sector. You went on to the Facebook group, I think it was called NDIS Soul Traders and Participants. The really big group is about, last time I counted, 130,000. It was a huge group.
Wow.
But he used that platform to incite hate against me when I had just launched Diversity Models Academy and our retreats, which helped people to do self-development. It's funny how you, Colin, and Brad found each other in this time now and have teamed up to create this, power source of hatred. You both attacked Emeka. Emeka is a very good man who is doing good things to society. He is well ahead of the two of you, I can tell you.
Oh, man, you don't need to tell him that. Now you're just spiting them. Now they're just like, we hate him even more.
But it's the truth.
Actually, being at the forefront of calling you evil, interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's a pattern that replays itself. Because, if you followed my story, it was I posted a video, not appropriate platform to post the video. I admittedly learnt a lot of lessons from that. A guy called Andrew Jackson, he makes a comment. I respond what I was thinking at the time, middle of my busy day, and then that got screenshotted. Now, I don't know whether Andrew Jackson went through the effort of screenshotting that, sending that to Melissa and saying, hey, Mel, go for it, or whether Melissa went to find that herself. But for a better story, here's what I envisage happened. They were hanging out, they were having a coffee, and then, or online or something, and then Melissa went, mate, those Medicare guys pissing me off.
I mean, your story was horrendous. It was about 2 weeks you were going wild on...
Oh, man.
You were becoming famous on LinkedIn.
The attacks, though. And then I got, news articles.
Oh, yeah, Courier Mail, right?
Yeah, Courier Mail. I think Adelaide, something Western Australia, they all started writing their own versions of the story. So that was all very hilarious for me to watch. But so Melissa screenshotted the comment, posted that. And I'm sure we'll put that on the screen so it can be seen, just with her own version of things. Calling me out, making this big deal of he's such a homophobe.
What's Melissa's surname? Because I'm really...
To be honest with you, I know she's from Spicy Coordination.
Oh, okay,
I have to say,
Yep.
You want Melissa, you're not that memorable to me.
Yeah, I don't even know this name, and I know these people.
Like, good for you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're just not that memorable to me. So here's the thing. So she posted me, and then, you know, one of my support coordinators, specialist support coordinator, you know, sent me an email, and I recognized the name. I was like, oh, what's this name? Oh, because she sent this big long email to my support coordinator, the social worker, and said all these words about, like, you know, this is the person you're working for, just a very aggressive, insulting email. And we're just like, oh, Melissa posted that. So I paid more attention to it. So I pulled in the specialist support coordinator and I asked her, and I said, hey, what's going on here? And she explained to me, kid you not. So what happened was, we were called for a client that was admitted into the hospital. The client in the hospital, who had just been admitted, and the support coordinator was found to not be doing the job. They were found to have been, basically the client was saying, they're fraudulent, I can kind of prove it, I don't want to deal with them because of the way they behave towards me, can you please deal with it, and can you please shut down the services from that person?
Wow.
Right?
So they're committing fraud, basically.
Well, yeah.
Well,
this is what I'm being told.
And that's a real fraud.
Right. An actual story.
Yeah.
An actual, actually. But then, you know, the social worker went in with the hospital, made a plan, worked with the client, took it over, contacted them. Now, this person then just got angry, and that's why they sent that email. Person by the name of Melissa. Kid you not, literally within a couple of days after this event went down, and after she sent that email, all angry about us taking over the clients, sends another follow-up email, this is who you're working for, after she's made this post on LinkedIn, that then flares up. So my question is, you are a righteous advocate of all things right, true, and just. And while your behavior towards the client, which is why you lost them, I don't know, was great, fine, no issues whatsoever. We took them over, and we are the fraudsters. We are the bad, evil homophobes who deserve not to be in the sector. And it was just an absolute coincidence, just saying.
Sounds like a case of sour grapes, kind of like my situation with the two that showed up on the show. But then, I mean, look, Hayley, yeah, she had sour grapes for sure, because she couldn't hack that she's been terminated from the agency that's growing and doing good things. But Brandon, I still to this day can't really understand
why they do what they do.
Yeah, because his last text message to me or on Facebook Messenger was, can't wait for my next gig. So I'm a bit baffled why he decided to turn, because there was no warning.
Yeah,
you know,
that's sad. That sucks.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
But, you know, the impact of these trolls is quite astronomical, you know.
Okay. Like, how are you doing? Because that's the question I want to ask. In all of this, how are you doing?
Let me paint a picture for you, Emeka. From the moment that my face was on a current affairs trailers, my phone personally started going off, getting text messages. Then I started getting nasty messages on Instagram.
Yeah, wow.
That was like that. Then it went to air.
Yeah.
Then it went berserk. Like from morning till night, constantly 24 hours, 7 days a week.
You're being bombarded.
7 days a week of texts, phone calls, private messages, comments, slander, you name it, from every single channel, personally and professionally.
Yeah, wow.
Across Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, my personal accounts, my emails, everything.
Yeah.
Just hounded to the point of pushing me to the limit. Now, I think if someone wasn't as strong as I am and wasn't as grounded with a full moral compass, they would have committed suicide.
Yeah,
because we hear of online bullying.
Yes.
We hear of cyber stalking because of this, because of the targeting, because they were not only affecting me personally, but they were affecting my business name.
Yeah, wow.
But also attacking my models who work for the company.
Wow.
So my models have had to back up a bit because obviously there's a bit of fear.
Yeah.
That
sucks.
It's terrible. I lost every community, sponsorship, event, speaking gig that I had lined up until November.
Wow.
Because I'm very proactive. I love to be involved. I was a finalist for the Business News Australia magazine's Entrepreneur of the Year Awards.
Congratulations.
Thank you, but I got stripped of that.
That sucks.
Sucks, big time.
Wow. Give it back. Seriously.
The trolls hounded that media outlet to the point where they couldn't handle it anymore. So they just basically caved in and they gave a cop-out excuse.
And see, by the way, guys like Brad, Melissa, and your whole crew, Ward, your name is there too. I don't back down. Anyway, it sounds like you don't either. So.
I don't back down. And Bradley was the one that triggered that, by the way. He was the one that tagged Business News. the moment I announced that I was finalist, he was onto it. Then he went and tagged another awards company because I was meant to be on stage with Channel 7 to present their awards, because I do a lot of volunteer work.
Wow.
I cover my own cost to travel around Australia to help with awards ceremonies.
Jeez.
I do it because it helps everything I do is for my models, you know. As you know, we don't make a huge profit. We're not $1 million business yet. We're far from it.
Yeah, after this, you absolutely will be. I guarantee you that, because I speak it into the air.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
But you know what? Like the mental, the emotional, the psychological, the social impact of what I've gone through as a founder is unbelievable, Emeka. Like almost every day. You're seeing me now, I'm strong. This is my 4th week, right?
Yeah.
And I've been in front of a current affair yesterday for the second interview because I wasn't going to back down. I will never back down. But I can tell you, Emeka, that there's a reason for my hair. You noticed straight away.
Yeah, I did.
My hair is
so, okay, this is where we tell the story. Okay, we must be at the end because you're about to tell the story. Go.
Now, my hair right now is not cut to the hairdresser. My hair's got split ends. It's all uneven.
Yeah.
Because my beautiful extensions, which I had in my hair for the last 10 years, from the day that I decided to become a model, I got hair extensions to amplify myself, was ripped out of my hair for the first time in 10 years by a tradie. So the tradie had to get pliers and rip them out. It wasn't a hair extensions professional who took them out. It was a tradie, because that was the only person I could ask for help, because I could not ask for help to get the extensions out. I want to give you a piece of paper here, and I want you to read out to the audience exactly what this document is, because that'll explain why I now have this hair.
Okay, so you got your name at the top. Queensland Government. So this is a discharge summary report. Your date of birth is there. When did this happen? When did you get this?
26th of September. It was last Friday.
Oh yeah, I can see that here. Cool. Wait, you were admitted last Friday.
Yes.
You were discharged on the 29th, so that's 3 days you spent at the hospital.
4 days.
Diagnosis, left side weakness. Oh my God. Left side weakness and headache, migraines.
Emergency department.
At the emergency, okay, so, wow. So admitted to medical admission unit. Now can we black out some things and put this on the screen? Because this is literally you.
Yeah, of course.
And this happened last week.
Read the top part of that second page.
Okay.
What was that?
Clinical progress. So issues, migraine v. stroke. How old are you again?
I'm 39 years old, Emeka. I'm as fit as a fiddle.
Let's keep, oh my God, okay. So 2/52 history of continuous migraine following a traumatic incident. You've also had history of left side facial numbness, left hand weakness, slurred speech. So that's the issues that you presented with, as well as D/W neurology advice, MRI brain for the brain was ordered, which is, I guess, why you had to take out your extensions.
Correct, because I had symptoms of a stroke. Now, can you imagine?
Oh, wow, it's like literally written here too.
And now I'm at risk of actually having a stroke anytime because of the stress from the moment I was put on a current affair. The pains did not stop, and it's still there. I still wake up now, Emeka, in pain every day, and I'm on heavy medications. I've gone from being someone that swims 1 kilometre a day in the pool, who exercises, who dances, who walks, to someone now who's on medication for a very long time, all because of these trolls and a current affair and the damage they've done. And this is the physical damage. Can you imagine the trauma?
Unimaginable.
The PTSD.
Yeah.
That
you know all those terms that you'll like to use willy-nilly that actually absolutely mean nothing when you use it because it's not actually genuine or real? Here is an evidence of it being real. Yeah.
Imagine being in the emergency unit and your life and your business crumbling. So for all the listeners, you know, it's important to stand up against online bullying.
I mean, that's honestly the message. I can see there's a lot of observation and all sorts of kind of tests here that they've done for you, which is pretty incredible. The summary author is Armin Riemann and Dr. Timothy Young are Ahmed met in Robina Hospital, so this was in Gold Coast. I felt the need to mention who the doctor was because just in case some jerk, because because that's what you will be, let's face it, decides to tell the public, not real, that'll be on you, mate. That will mean you're an absolute jerk. And if that's what you want to be in life, go for it. It's not going to work out well for you. It's going to continue to be your greatest downfall until you change and stop that behavior. Because fundamentally, this is the reality. Now, I was very strong that I didn't get that bad, right? Because frankly, I just ignored y'all. Because y'all just presented like a bunch of idiots. That's what you were presenting at. Maybe that's not what you are, but that's at least what you were presenting at as. Now, the thing is this for me, a person like Monique Jeremiah, who's done so much work that you have not the first clue about, yet somebody like Bradley sits in the sideline and waits for your downfall so that they can paint a picture of you to the public that seems so misplaced, but seems for you completely ruin people's lives. Meanwhile, the reality is that very behavior is what is actually ruining a person's life. So my question is this for you. What makes Monique less than as a human being? What makes her a lesser person who deserves to be treated this way? What makes her a lesser human being? That you should think that it's in your absolute best interest to advocate for the people that you don't even know the real story about, and how completely incorrect it is. You advocate from that standpoint without knowing the real story, causing a person like this what you have. Now, let me tell you something. Like every business owner, we've all made many mistakes. And it won't be the first or it won't be the last. And I'm sure that along this journey, while Monique is feeling absolutely threatened and backed into a corner because of what you guys did, that she felt threatened. And by the way, the reason I believe that your partner stood up for you the way he did, talking to Bradley to try and get him to calm down, by the way, that's what a good man should do. That's what they do. They should protect their wives or their partners. They should stand up for them when a bully and a troll like you decides to come at her. And if that it's not good for you, if it rubs you up the wrong way, then stop doing it. Don't Photoshop things like a madman and then try and cause an outrage, because ultimately you're seen as the evil one. So here's the thing. It's time to stop. Hang up the coat and give it up. Find a new career and hobby in life, because your time for doing that is over. Monique, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you.
Thank you, Emeka, for your time. Appreciate it.
Likewise. Thank you for coming.
And congratulations on your new podcast.
Oh, thank you. I mean, this is the first one, so it's going to be an absolute hit. Let's watch people become outraged.
Yes.
And if they are,
I like it.
You're welcome. Go ahead and comment. Tell me all you think, because I look forward to hearing it. So that's it, folks. Uncovered a whole lot of things there. And that's Emeka Conversations. The heart here is just to be able to dive deep into what matters, why we should do better as a community and do better by each other. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this and listening. And if you haven't, maybe find another channel. Maybe this isn't for you. Otherwise, I'll see you next week when the next conversation happens.